What's good, guys? In today's video, we're going to be breaking down how to create 2 seamless wipe transitions for your music videos. A really common and easy way to just add more energy. So in this tutorial, I want to show you guys 2 different ways to create them. Here in After Effects, to get started, we're going to be adding an effect called Motion Tile. For this first wipe transition, we're going to be focusing on creating that really smooth animation. So it's not going to be as fast paced, and we're going to be using this Motion Tile in order to create that wipe transition. Go towards the end of this clip and go back 14 frames. So if you hold the shift button and click page up, that goes back 10 frames, and then click page up 4 times, and that goes back 14 frames. And we're going to be keyframing the tile center for this effect, and then go all the way towards the end, or go 1 frame before the end. For the tile center, we are going to be creating a vertical wipe transition. We're only going to be focusing on the Y value because we're going to be creating that vertical wipe transition. And I want this to go really fast, so I'm going to keyframe this in a way where it creates that really fast-paced wipe animation. So I'm going to keyframe the tile center like that, and then move that keyframe towards the end. Make sure to turn on the motion blur, and we're also going to easy ease both of these keyframes, and we're going to add the same effect to the second clip as well. So add the motion tile, go forward 14 frames from the start of this clip, keyframe the tile center, and then go to the beginning. And for this one, we're going to make sure to keyframe the tile center in a way where it matches the motion or the animation from the clip from before. So as you guys can see, when this animation happens, it like slides from top to bottom, and we want to make sure that when we keyframe the tile center for the second clip, it matches that animation. So instead of keyframing the Y value at a positive number, just like the first one, we're going to go negative this time. So it's the opposite. I'm going to keyframe this. I'll just keyframe it at the same value as the first one. So negative 870. 84, and then easy ease both of these keyframes, turn on the motion blur. Now when I play this is what we have for the animation so far. And this animation doesn't really look as smooth as we want it to be. So what we're going to do is grab these 2 keyframes, bring it forward 1 frame. And we're also going to grab these 2 keyframes, but bring it back 1 frame. So by doing that, it just creates that overlap and it makes the animation feel a lot smoother. But to make it look even better, we're going to go into the graph editor for the first keyframes. And I'm going to modify the graph in a way where we grab the left point and just drag it all the way so that the influence is at 100%. So it starts off kind of slow and then it animates out really fast. And for the second keyframes, go into the graph editor. And for this one, we're going to create the opposite graph. So we're going to grab the right point and then just make sure that the influence is at 100%. So that right when it animates in, it animates a lot faster and then it slows down towards the end. Now when I play this, the animation feels a lot smoother. The next thing we're going to do is create a new adjustment layer. Cut this adjustment layer to the same length as this first keyframe right here, as well as this last keyframe right here. And for the first effect, we're going to add a directional blur. Increase the blur length to around like 90. And I'm going to keyframe that at the middle of this adjustment layer. Go towards the beginning. Keyframe both the start as well as the end at 0. And by keyframing the directional blur, it creates transparent edges at the top as well as the bottom. In order to fix that, we're going to add a motion tile, increase the output height to 300, click mirror edges, and now that gets rid of the transparency. For the last effect, we're going to add an exposure. Increase the exposure so that it creates that flash effect. I'll keyframe that at 3, keyframe that at the middle, and then keyframe both the start as well as the end at 0. Easy ease all of these keyframes, and this is how the wipe transition looks like. So it looks a lot smoother because we modified those graph editors as well as creating this adjustment layer and adding these effects. Okay, so moving on to the second wipe transition. For this one, we're going to be creating a flash wipe transition. It's going to be really fast paced. So to get started, I have 3 clips in total. We're going to be using the second clip in order to create that wipe effect. For this second clip, I'm going to make it 4 frames long. Drag this third clip back so that it connects with the second clip. And I'm also going to cut the timeline. So this second clip is going to be the one where we create that really fast-paced wipe effect. But before we do that, we're going to create a flash effect at the beginning for this first clip. So let's create a new adjustment layer. Make this layer 8 frames long. Then we're going to add the exposure effect. Keyframe the exposure at 0 at the start, and then go towards the end or right before the end. And I'm going to keyframe the exposure at 2. Make sure to have that keyframe at the end of the adjustment layer. Easy ease both of these keyframes. And now we have that really slow-paced flash effect. So in order to create this wipe effect, we're going to be focusing on the scale as well as the position, and I'm really going to increase the scale to around 627% or 628%, and we're only going to be keyframing the position. I'm going to keyframe this in a way where it animates diagonally because I don't want it to be completely horizontal. I feel like it will look a lot better if we animated this in a diagonal direction. I'm going to keyframe this in a way where it animates from right to left. So I'll keyframe this at -493, keyframe that at the start, and then go towards the end, keyframe that in a way where it animates towards the left. Bring that keyframe towards the end, turn on the motion blur, and we're also going to easy ease both of these keyframes. I'm also going to add a noise to this layer just to add a little bit of texture. Increase the amount of noise to 20%. This is what we have for our final wipe transition. So it's a really simple and clean way to just add a wipe transition to your music videos. But that's all I have for this video. Appreciate you guys for watching. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next video.